Welcome back to Mock the Mock, where we take a look at someone else's mock draft. And I'm mocking. We got a 2-for-1 today as we're going to be taking a look at Mel Kiper and Todd McShay did alternating picks in a 3-round mock draft. We'll go through round 1 and then we'll kind of speed through the other 2 rounds more. I'm kind of more interested to see what players they have in what rounds and whatnot. But what's crack-a-lacking? It's your boy Broshmo, just in case you did not know. So go ahead. Become a bro and subscribe. Leave this video a thumbs up if you enjoy the content. As always, let me know what you think in the comment section below. Let's have that nice, beautiful football discourse. I have my own 3-round mock draft. I did that a couple of days ago. If you want to go check that out, I'm gonna start working on a 7-round mock draft for next week, and then I'll have a final predictive 1st-round mock draft. So content plenty on the channel here. Let's go ahead and get into this sucker. Let's see who opens up. So it's Mel Kiper picking 1, so he's going to have 3. I'm curious if they even talk about a trade at 3. But he goes with Bryce Young. He's the odds-on favorite now. He's my top guy. I'm cool with it. I love it. Let's keep it moving. If you don't know that I love Bryce Young, then, oh, you're new to the channel. Welcome. I've been talking about Bryce Young since freaking the summer. All right. On to the Houston Texans, and McShay took CJ Stroud. I really wouldn't be surprised if Houston jumps to the chance to draft a dominant defender like Will Anderson. Oh, jeez, dude. They're talking into existence. But I'm making the pick, and there's no way I'm passing up one of the top 2 quarterbacks in this class with that glaring need. Stroud is extremely accurate and would give the Texans offense a franchise player or passer to build around. Listen, I'm cool with either quarterback selection here in terms of Stroud. In terms of, I'm not going to lie, the other guy for me would be Anthony Richardson, but let's not fade Will Levis quite yet, as he's starting to get some love in the Bennett market as the number 2 quarterback to come off the board. So the Arizona Cardinals, in fact, keep this pick, so Mel Kiper just goes Will Anderson. Kind of a no-brainer if Cardinals remain here to go with the top non-quarterback prospect in this class when you consider positional value, because I would say Bijan Robinson's kind of that guy, but positional value is a thing. Also, when you consider Jalen Carter and all the less than ideal draft cycle. More importantly, I want to see where Todd McShay goes with his Indianapolis Colts pick. And then we're going to have to answer the question, where does that next quarterback come off the board? Anthony Richardson. He goes with Anthony Richardson. So my biggest question is, where is Will Levis going to go? Especially without a trade, I guess the Raiders. Maybe you make a case for the Falcons. But then after that, where? But Richardson, he's a big boy. They got Steichen running the offense, new coach. So they're probably going to think, oh, yeah, let's get the guy that does insane mobility. You saw what he did with Jalen Hurts. Imagine if he had the ultimate weapon with his feet. Jalen Carter going to the Seahawks. I believe that's the odds-on favorite right now. That word is Jalen Carter might be number 5 to the Seahawks. Again, that's something more to talk about in a predictive mock. But Carter, after Will Anderson's off the board, because you could argue Carter is the best non-quarterback prospect in this class. You could argue he is the best prospect in this class. I'm a big fan of Carter, man. Just the draft cycle wasn't kind to him. Or maybe I think the better way to put that is he was not kind to it. The Detroit Lions, I really think corner could be the option. You can't really discount Tyree Wilson here either. And in fact, Tyree Wilson, I'm glad I said that last part out loud before we scroll to the pick. Here, let me just move this over a smidge. There we go. To be fair, like, there's a chance maybe the corners fall and you're looking at a guy at 18, and that's really good. It's a deep corner class. Maybe you could go somewhere in the 2nd round and grab a corner there if you really want to. Tyree Wilson, ridiculous wingspan, solid athlete. The production the last 2 years, immense. You know he's going to be a phenomenal run stuffer on early downs. Oh no, the Raiders take Devon Witherspoon in. Now this kind of begins the Will Levis fall. I am super curious where he goes. So Kiper says, I thought hard about quarterback Will Levis here. But the reality is the Raiders believe they have the roster to compete in the AFC West. I'm sorry, Raiders fans. It's kind of easy to scoff at that. It kind of is. It's not my opinion. That's just kind of fact. But I think Witherspoon, I mean, they took Nate Hobbs, former Illinois corner. You grab Witherspoon, another Illinois corner here. I mean, honestly, outside of Hobbs, you ain't really got much going on in the secondary, or at least in the cornerback room there. Let's do Raiders depth chart here. I'll let you out, Gojo, as this sucker loads. Hi, buddy. All right, so they got Nate Hobbs. Excuse you. There we go. David Long, they brought in. Oh my gosh, Duke Shelley. Wow, this is the worst. Maybe not the worst cornerback room of football. The Arizona Cardinals still exist. But it's there. It's there. All right, so the Atlanta Falcons take Christian Gonzalez. I firmly believe that this pick is either Christian Gonzalez, Devon Witherspoon, and if not either of those guys, I think it's Bijan. I really do. But I don't see both those corner prospects being off the board by the time it comes to Atlanta's picks. So they get a nice blend of speed, size. We saw the ball skills during the second half of the season. So that's good. That's good. The Chicago Bears, Kiper goes with Peter Skoronski. I think last time Mel did this, it was Darnell Wright. So a little bit different, but first tackle off the board. I've gone back and forth on which offensive lineman the Bears will take, but Skoronski is the best on my board, 8th overall. Even though I like him a little bit more as a guard, Chicago needs a right tackle right now, which is why I project Darnell Wright here on my 2-round mock draft. So very interesting. Very interesting. Philadelphia, I feel like Skoronski, the floor for him is the Jets. The Philadelphia Eagles, they take Bijan Robinson. I really don't think they're going to do it. I mean, I don't think Roseman's going to be like, positional value be darned. I don't think that's going to be the case. I think the bigger question is, will they keep this pick? I think they move down in some scenario. I really do, but you got to find a dance partner to do that. You could make a case for Pittsburgh potentially being that dance partner if they really like Darnell Wright. They don't believe they could get him at 17. But Bijan goes here. Yeah, Bijan, he'll put up numbers. It'll be great, but how much value will that really bring in terms of wins? Will Levis go into the Titans? Kind of the floor. That's kind of the projected floor for quarterback 4 right now is 11. I do believe someone will maybe try to move up to like 9 or 10 to maybe get that quarterback. I guess what I'm trying to say is I think 4 quarterbacks go in the top 10. Do I feel good about that? Now that I say it out loud, not so much. But Titans get in here. Ryan Tannehill, he's on the last year of his deal. Apparently they didn't like what they saw from Malik Willis last season. But fun fact, he should have never started. Come on, guys. Like, he was not ready. He was a project quarterback. And he is a 3rd-round pick, too. So... You might be like, well, you just draft this guy on day 2. It's like, no one cares. If they get a shot at a first-round quarterback, team will probably take it. At 12, Houston Texans. Man, I've been seeing Jackson Smith-Njigba more and more for this pick. I think it makes more sense if their first selection is CJ Stroud. Because, I mean, you're pairing up Stroud with one of his best weapons there at Ohio State. I think that makes more sense. I firmly believe pick 12 if they don't trade this up to get to pick 3. Will be used on the defensive side of the football, mainly the defensive line. All right, let's see what tackle's getting taken at 13. It's Broderick Jones. Paris Johnson still on the board. I firmly think Paris Johnson's the top guy in this class. He'd be my top tackle. I would take him at a moment's notice. I also think he might be the best human being in this draft, which could play a little role into that. That is good coffee. That's what keeps Broshmo going. How does Broshmo do so many videos? Lots of coffee. By the end of the night, dude, I'm a mess. But I know Jets fans don't love that. Oh, we keep seeing tackle. It's like, it's just the one that makes the most sense. It really does, unfortunately. All right, the New England Patriots, they take Paris Johnson. I'm kind of cool with this one. McShay, man, I thought about tight end Dalton Kincaid. Talking about 2 tight end sets with Hunter Henry. I know Mike Gesicki's a 1-year deal, but come on. Regardless, Paris Johnson, I think, is a good fit. You could throw Trent Brown back at right tackle. You don't even have to move Paris Johnson. Not that I don't think Paris Johnson can't play right tackle. He played right guard, and I imagine it'll just be better at tackle. But just go ahead and move Trent Brown, who has experience in the NFL, at right tackle, and have him and Riley Reif have a nice camp battle. So I like this. I feel like this is a nice safe pick for the Patriots here. Here's the Packers. Ooh, this is one I want to see. I guess is Nolan Smith, Lucas Van Ness, and let's say Dalton Kincaid. We've seen that, not recently, but we've seen that. It's Dalton Kincaid, baby. What is this, dude? If I could, man, I swear. Let me get, like, forget a predictive mock draft. How about a predictive what Mel Kiper and Todd McShay would do? Because I would nail like 20 of 31 picks. Hand to the Lord, I would. Don't spite me. Yeah, no, dude. I'm fine with that. Get Jordan Love weapons. Get a fair evaluation of them. The Washington Commanders. This one I probably won't guess right. Gold Darnell Wright. I'm confused. So he says, I know Washington just signed Andrew Wiley, who is a right tackle, by the way. But Wright is an excellent run blocker who could be a long-term solution at right tackle. Then what are you doing? Are you playing him at guard? And if the Commanders want, they can bump him inside to, then what? Samuel Cosby's moving to left guard. I know, excuse me. Oh man, gassy. I know a bunch of Washington Commander fans. That's right, Commander fans. Get those cum rags in the air, man. Are like, Andrew Norwell was bad. If you watch tape, you know he was bad last year. He was fine. He was average. What you consider bad for a lot of teams, that's like their third best offensive lineman. It's fine. He's fine. He's a journeyman. He comes in. He allows your line to creep more towards average. If he is the worst player on your offensive line's in freaking good shape. So shut the heck up, Commanders fans. Whew. Got a little fire under the butt today, yo. I don't think I would have guessed this one, but I think the Steelers pick was made before. Yeah, they got an update right here. Update, the Steelers are adding Allen Robinson via trade, but he's a much different receiver than Flowers. This deal doesn't change. Okay, then I never would have guessed it. They go Zay Flowers. I don't think Steelers never go receiver first round, first of all. They are keens of day 2. George Pickens, Deontay Johnson, Juju. Like, they have a long history of, we get our day 2 receivers for the most part right. And occasionally you'll see it like Limas Swede? Occasionally you'll get that. But yeah, I don't see this happening. Even with the additional Allen Robinson, yeah, I don't see it happening. I don't. The Detroit Lions go Kalijah Cansey. Some Lions fans are going to love this. like whatever. And they went Tyree Wilson. Yo, they got corners galore available right now. Is it like Joey Porter, Deontay Banks here? Play it. Come on. Come on, man. Listen, Kancey, already 6'1", you're already kind of itching to the close to, like, you're the much lower percentiles in terms of height for the position. 281 pounds, you're lighter in the pants than you like on the interior. 38 and 5/8 inch arms is it literally the 0th percentile for interior players. You're really betting against the grain. Am I saying Kancey's not a first-round prospect? No, I got him as like a fringe first-rounder. He's like 34 on my big board. What I am saying is you are really betting on the exception. I'm not taking this guy inside the top 20. And I don't think he can really impact the run. Lucas Van Ness going to the Bucks. So they get pass rush. Actually, this is very solid. I would think maybe Nolan Smith too. Like, there's a lot of guys up for grabs where there is so much good talent on the board right now. Like the cornerback rooms, you still got Nolan Smith. You still got sneaking Miles Murphy, Joey Porter, Deontay Banks. I'm sure since you're the Bucks, you don't care about that, but then you can talk about Anton Harrison here. Brian Branch, I would say, is in the cards. But, like, I'm not going to lie to you. I probably fall on Nolan Smith at this point. But Lucas Van Ness is fine, too. Like, they're all in the same area for me. I really have trouble with that. Like, you got Will Anderson. Like, let's say Will Anderson. Let's go from here. Will Anderson. Then Tyree Wilson. And then, so we got Tyree Wilson here. Lucas Van Ness, Miles Murphy, Nolan Smith. Or I think it's Miles Murphy, Lucas Van Ness, Nolan Smith. Like, they're all, like, right there. They're basically that fringe tier 2 for me. Or basically it's part of that tier 2. Seattle Seahawks take Nolan Smith. So they double up on the Georgia prospects, Jalen Carter, Nolan Smith. I like it. Home run. The Chargers, they go Jordan Addison. So it's settled. Everybody hates Quentin Johnston. Looks like he's slipping out of the first, apparently. Okay, whatever. But Addison does add some speed. I know 4.49, you're like, he was having back spasms, so when he ran that, didn't get a chance to rerun it at his pro day because of the conditions of the weather there, but he's faster on tape. Baltimore Ravens go Emmanuel Forbes. Ugh. Listen, we talked about with Kalijah Kancey. You're really betting on a lot of things here in terms of he's going to have to overcome. Emmanuel Forbes, 166. I couldn't tell you off the top of my head a corner of the NFL that is sub 170. I couldn't. That's why I think he firmly goes in day 2. Especially when you got Banks and Porter on the board. Vikings, cool. You're not able to think about it. You just grab Porter and call it a day. That's great. That's fine. That's the thing dreams are made of. Jacksonville Jaguars go Michael Mayer. I'm sure Jaguar fans will love this. They're sold on Evan Ingram, but let's be fair. Evan Ingram, it's the franchise tag. You get Michael Mayer there, you get a better blocker. Evan Ingram is not a blocker at all. So you get Michael Mayer, who can't be a blocker. I kind of lean Brian Branch. I feel like that's just a good pick there. I swear, if the Giants do not take Quentin Johnston, and I'll even settle for Deontay Banks, then what is this mock draft? Deontay Banks. Like I said, I mentioned Deontay Banks because I was like, you know what? There's a shot. They're like, you know what? We brought in a lot of receiver. Well, you brought in like Paris Campbell. So maybe we address the corner. Let's actually get a legitimate like outside corner there because they got a lot of guys that just have slot size. to pair up with the Dory Jackson. Rondarius Williams is actually a really good depth option on the outside. Deonte Banks kind of completes that for you. And also, Dory might not be a long-term option. Dallas Cowboys, Quentin Johnson. I kind of love this. Because like he's a lot different than what they have right now on the roster. And what they were kind of hoping to see from, who was it? Jalen. Can't think about the South Alabama receiver that they drafted last year that I'm a fan of, but I think he was inactive for a lot of games this year, like a healthy scratch. Jalen Tolbert, there we go. Fehoko just seems like he's going to be a special teams player for them, and that's fine. You might be like, they got Michael Gallup, and Michael Gallup's fine-ish, but like he could honestly be your wide receiver 4. I think that's great. He's like, we're not paying him like it. Well, cool. You can cut him in a year or whatever. It's better for y'all. Quentin Johnson, I think, is phenomenal. Like that's like him, CeeDee Lamb, Brandon Cooks. Oh my gosh, Mama Mia. I'm scared. I'm trembling. And I know Dallas fans are gonna be like, oh, thank goodness it's not freaking Balsley Smith. All right, Buffalo Bills go Trenton Simpson. My comment here will be Josh Allen was getting killed last year. Be like, the line wasn't healthy. And when it wasn't good. This actually could be a spot for Mozzie Smith as well. I mean, I get it. Like, the tackles you're looking at are like DeJuan Jones. Even if it, like, just got it for, like, Steve Avila or John Michael Schmitz or Osiris Torrance. Like, get someone in there to help. Like, even the run game was stifled because of a poor offensive line. Cincinnati Bengals, they go with Joyous Brents. Holy freaking jeez Louise. Oh, man, this has come full circle. I have not seen him in the first round, but, yo, listen. There's a question. If a 5th corner goes in the first round, who is it? Cam Smith? Emmanuel Forbes? We got Tyreek Stevenson? Keely Ringo, not really talked about as much. But Julius Brents, man. This guy had phenomenal testing. He had a good year, and he would be a great fit for this scheme. Dang. Todd McShay was like, hold my beer. All right, let's take a look at pick 29. That's the Saints. Brian Brazee, yeah, every one of their moms picking whatever interior players make it to here. In this case, it's Brian Brazee. I think that's a good pick. We got the Eagles, Miles Murphy. He's mocked anywhere from pick 8 to pick 30 at this point. So it'd be a good get for the Eagles, who in this they went Bijan, that's right. And then the Chiefs, Will McDonald, this one I can believe, I can buy. They were rushing Willie Gay at points during the season. So, like, I really think that Spag's like, you know what? I know I have my profile of edge rusher, but I don't mind going against the grain here. Let's do it. Let's send it. All right, let's run through day 2 here. Brian Branch going to the Steelers. Got Keon White. He ends up making it in the top 50. All right, good for you. Going to the Texans. DJ Turner to the Cardinals. Ooh, that's fun. That's actually a fun one. Osiris Torrance to the Colts. I actually think that kind of completes the line. Then again, you could say you might already be looking for Ryan Kelly's replacement soon, too. But I think that's phenomenal. Felix Uzama is a good pick for the Rams. Hendon Hooker to the Seahawks. Let's go. Steve Avila to the Raiders is fine. Jalen Hyatt to the Panthers. Musgrave to the Saints. Starting at Washington. Nothing like catching me off guard. The Jets have yet to sign a real starting center, so this makes sense. My boy Adetomiwa Adebari. Oh, I would love him under Robert Saleh. Mingo, man, this is another guy with a lot of outcomes. Anywhere from, I even saw him at the Chiefs pick. in the first round in one mock, but I'm typically seeing him occasionally top 50 to somewhere in the top 100, top 120. We got BJ Ojolari to Green Bay, Stevenson to New England. That's a really good pickup. Keely Ringo to the Commanders, Gibbs to the Lions, Anton Harrison. That's actually a bit of a surprise, falling here to 49. It's a good pickup. DeJuan Jones making it a 50, so the tackles kind of get spread out a little bit here. Brenton Strange, I hate it. Kiper, I struggled a little bit with this one. Miami's first pick of the draft. Could it go with a running back, or will it fill that? Will it fill that need on the veteran market? I like Strange's upside as a pass catcher, and he is more well-rounded than Gesicki, who left for New England. I don't like it, guys. I'm a Dolphins fan. I don't like it. It's Hunter Long all over again. Jaden Reed going pretty high here. I haven't seen him go in this vicinity in a while. Mozzie Smith to the Bears. The Bears. I know Cowboys fans are going to be like, look, he's low. And it's like, I think he goes higher than you think. Keanu Benton's a good pickup for the Chargers. Drew Sanders to the Lions. Okay, we haven't really seen a lot of the linebackers go. Like Henley's still available. And Campbell's still available. Riley Moss. This is the highest I've seen Riley Moss. I know you... Okay, this is Todd McShay talking about. I know you have Moss at safety at the next level, but I think he could start out at corner with Jacksonville. He's so instinctive and at his size to compete with bigger receivers. Moss also had 11 pass breakup, or had picked off 11 passes in college. Yes, he did. He had that 2-pick-6 game back in 2021. John Michael Schmitz to the Giants. Sam Laporta to the Cowboys. We've got Downs Bills, Bergeron Bengals, Derek Hall to the Bears. Zach Pickens is a guy that I occasionally see pretty high. To the Eagles. We got Marvin Mims to the Chiefs. Cam Smith going to 64. I know people were like, why is he so low? It's like people aren't sold on him, man. They just aren't sold. I like him, though. I think he's fine. Campbell going to the third round of Texans, kind of nutty. Cedric Tillman to the Cardinals. Byron Young. Yo, I'm telling you, this guy's going to go a lot higher than where people have him, like at 120. We got Tajay Spears to the Broncos. Quan Martin. I really feel like I need to move up Quan Martin. I really do. But he's kind of just sitting at like 93 on my big board right now. Tucker Kraft to the Raiders, A.T. Perry to the Saints, Cody Mock. This is about the right range, I think, for Cody Mock. Jaquilin Roy, I got him as a 4th rounder, but I get it. People like him. Gervon Dexter going to the Browns here. Yasir Abdullah, yo, getting some love. He's kind of a... He's worked a little bit in coverage, but, man, you really love that pass rush upside from him. Rasheed Rice to the Patriots, Sharpening to the Rams, Wilson to the Packers, Darius Rush to the Colts is pretty good. There's Dion Henley. That's a good pickup for the Steelers. Luke Schoonmaker to the Lions, Sidney Brown to the Bucks, Garrett Williams to the Seahawks, Foskey to the Dolphins. That's actually not bad. I actually kind of like that pick, Todd. A-Chain to the Chargers, Tyler Scott to the Ravens, Kobe Wooden. Just moved him to my edge rankings. Where is he actually now? I just feel like he's built more like an edge player. He is edge 20 for me. Zach Harrison to the Jags, Tank Dell, Giants. So they just get smaller at receiver. Could have had Quentin Johnston, but whatever. I love Kendre Miller going to the Cowboys here. Antonio Johnson, Bills. Jair Brown, Bengals. Carter going to the Panthers. Freeland, Eagles. Steen, Chiefs. Roshan, Cardinals. Yo, Zach Kuntz. What a pickup. I actually like... I want to say I like the day 2 picks for Washington. Did they get Ringo? Like, low-key, I still love Ringo. Low-key, I still love Ringo. Henry To'oTo'o, this is a bit high for me. Again, I'm just not in love with this linebacker class. Joey, whoa, this is the highest I've seen Joey Fisher go. 99 to the Niners. Wow. I got him like midday 3 though. Tavius Robinson, admittedly, just not that in love with him. I don't have him this high. Yeah, Diaby, I absolutely love that. And then the final pick is THT. I'm dynamite. So, couple of ones that caught me off guard. That Tavius Robinson, Joey Fisher one. It was kind of cool to see Henry To'oTo'o get talked about again in day 2 after a lot of us were thinking he could be linebacker 1 in this class. Never happened though. But that's it for the video. Go ahead, do the YouTube thing as always. Until next time, you be easy, my friends. Later.